Hey, I'm Ashley Tisdale.
Simon Rex from Scary Movie 5.
Sorry guys, I'm busy doing a selfie.
Hey.
Great to have you both here.
Good to be here.
Thank you.
I know, Ashley, you've been up since the crack of dawn doing press, and you just had room service. How is that fair?
Well, that's how it goes, you know? It was like that in the movie,
How did you
too.
work that out? Is that what it was like on set?
Girls take longer to get, it's for you women. I'm a guy, we just roll out of bed and we just go. And you ladies got to get your nails and hair, all these things that I don't understand.
You don't have the nails like Ashley has.
Yeah.
Can we do a manicam?
Manicam? Oh,
These are the best nail. This is the best nail art I think I've seen. Do you
very
design it yourself? Or are you one of those people
Actually, my girlfriend Vanessa gave me this idea. So
to do like the
Vanessa,
horror?
is it Vanessa?
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is inspired by Vanessa.
So I know we're talking about, before we started rolling, we're talking about like new things like internet and apps and all that. You said you're into Instagram. You're an Instagram person.
She's big time. Oh my God.
Big Instagrammer.
Oh man, on set,
Selfies.
it was
And
just,
you're a good selfie-er. I know you talked to Ryan Seacrest about that recently. So tip,
She's
good
good.
selfie, because I do it too, and I have to take like 25 before I could ever send
take
it
a
or
couple.
tweet it. Really?
And then I have to get it approved. I'm like, this is going out to 9 million people.
I'm like, yes, it's fine. She's like, what about this one? I'm like, it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same picture.
And then what are you're into Vine?
I'm into Vine. I think it's just for the iPhone right now, but it's an app where you, it's 6-second video clips which you edit while you shoot it. And to me, it's just, I'm just going crazy on it. Like I already did 2 this morning in the hotel.
It was your room service.
Simon Rex is my
That's
Vine.
That's your alter ego.
Yeah. Well, no.
Well,
it's
he is
not.
Simon Rex.
I am Simon.
But your
It's
alter
me.
ego is what you.
It's just I get to be crazier on there than you would say things on here or in the movie. Or, yeah. There's no edit button. You can do whatever you want.
Do you have an alter ego?
I guess when I perform, like with music, I do have, her name's Ashley. She likes to dance. Yeah, she knows how to move.
And your alter ego, your name.
I have Dirt Nasty, which is my rap character, which I get to be really dirty.
Ashley and
vulgar.
Dirt Nasty get along really well.
Yeah, they get along good. They get along good.
You've done 2 scary movies before, and this is your first one.
This was my first one, and it's so different from anything I've ever done before, and so it was just nice having Simon there, and I mean, we had Erica Ash, who's in the movie as well, and she was just so much fun too. But all the cameos come in and out, and so really it's just us 3 there the entire time.
Right.
And
you guys are sort of the lead, the main characters, and then like it's like Snoop and Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan, and such a wide array of people thrown together.
It's so cool, like to do a movie where you have so many different people in it. We had Molly Shannon and Jerry O'Connell, and we had Usher. It was pretty intense.
Mike Tyson, you got to work with.
Really?
Did he hit on you?
Yeah, did he? No, we can't ask.
Bad joke.
She won't answer. Okay, so we have a game for you guys. It's called What is Scarier? So we're gonna give you different scenarios.
Okay.
And it's like an either or kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, what is scarier? Getting audited by the IRS or getting a root canal?
Oh, a root canal, I think. Or audited, I don't know.
Getting audited while getting a root canal.
Neither a good scenario. Okay, which is scarier? Your car breaking down in a sketchy neighborhood or your car breaking down before a meeting with an Oscar-worthy director for a role?
A sketchy neighborhood.
Yeah,
because you can
always Vine or Instagram at them and say, hey, I'm gonna get murdered.
Okay, as an ode to other horror films, which is scarier, The Exorcist, The Shining, or Paranormal Activity, which you spoof in this movie?
I would have to say, I mean, Paranormal has been the scariest movie, like, for me. I mean, but Exorcist is by far the scariest movie.
See, I would say The Shining, personally.
Really?
To me, I thought that movie had me
The Exorcist
creeped out.
scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, it takes a lot for movies to scare me.
Which is scarier? I'm gonna give you 3 scenarios. No internet for a week, no cell phone for a week, or accidentally tweeting a really bad selfie that you meant to delete.
That's for her.
that one I just threw in for you.
No cell phone for a week for me.
Because that's everything.
Yeah.
That's no texting, that's no selfies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no cell phone for a week. That's Scary Movie 7.
Scarier, finding a hair in your milkshake or a cockroach in your milkshake?
Ooh, a cockroach in your milkshake. Gross.
Yeah, because the hair you might be like, oh, is that
could
mine?
be
But the
mine.
cockroach isn't yours. It could be, but that's even worse.
What about a cockroach while you're on vacation in your bed, in your sheets?
Oh, heck no. I'm out.
I mean, well, it depends on where you are. You know, if you're in like Costa Rica, you'd be like, oh, that's part of the experience. You know?
Oh my gosh, I never want to
Embrace the elements.
Yeah.
Which is scarier, filming a love scene with an actor with bad breath or being on stage and forgetting your lines?
Oh, filming a love scene with an actor with bad
Yeah.
breath, yeah.
But that's worse?
That's worse.
Forgetting your lines is pretty bad, though.
I forget my lines sometimes.
Yeah, but you're saying like on a live play?
But on a live stage, like you're doing a play.
You didn't say play. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other.
Okay.
Yeah, just doing a play,
forgetting your lines on
period, is
play,
nerve-wracking.
yeah.
Breath you could fix with a mint. There's no rewinding that mistake of
That's
not
so
knowing
true.
your line.
But do you tell the other person?
Oh, I would after, for sure.
Yeah, or you know, there's a way to do it. You're just like, you put a piece and you're like, you know what I'm doing?
Okay, and last but not least, I know you're both sort of. I know you're producing, and I know you're producing your own stuff too. Anybody, dream person you could work with?
Judd Apatow. I think he's so awesome. I would love to do a movie for him.
Have you met him?
Yes, I have. Yeah, and his wife. His wife is so cool.
She's been in here. She's
The
fantastic.
whole family is actually super funny.
They are, aren't they?
Yes.
It's not right. It's not fair.
Well, I've been my whole life. Whenever I get asked this, I say Chris Elliott, and now I can say I technically worked because. Well, he was in this movie. So technically, Chris Elliott, who's my hero growing up, and I think he made it on the editing room floor of this movie, but I got to work, he was in the movie.
Okay.
And there's so much stuff
Well, there's
got
so much
cut out.
stuff that's cut and
Right.
But I got to, and I actually didn't even work with them, but the day he was on set, I set my alarm for 2 a.m. It was like my one day off, and I drove 30 minutes in Atlanta to set to meet him, and they played a really mean joke on me. I went to shake his hand, and he just looked at me and called me a really mean name and walked away, and everyone laughed at me, and I was like, and it was like a prank they played because they knew I wanted to meet him so bad. So.
And he was really nice.
And then he was really nice. Yeah. I won't even want to repeat what he said because it was very bad words.
Okay, we're gonna cut in 3 seconds, and you're gonna tell me the word.
He said, "Go
Ready?
F yourself."
You can say that on Young Hollywood.
Yeah, he said, "Go F yourself." I was like, and everyone laughed, and it was a joke they played on me. Chris
Hold
Elliott.
on, you were just afraid to say "Go F yourself."
No, well,
Because you're not in your alter
I was
ego
going
right
to say
now.
the word,
Yeah.
but
No, I
Dirt
know,
Nasty
but
was here,
coming from
he
you.
would totally
yeah,
say.
I would.
All right, we're gonna go out with Dirt Nasty.
Dirt nasty.
3, 2, 1, goodbye. Go ahead, say it.
Go f yourself.